Good morning, it's Margaret at the University of Sewing and it's Facebook Live. Well, I'm kind of by myself, but not really. I got some friends here with me. Look at these cute little aprons. We have basically taken and redesigned a pattern we found, and we are going to have this available. This pattern's going to be available. Rachel Burke was kind enough to do the drafting and the pattern instructions and so forth, and we should have this available for both a class and a apron pattern. And you know what else it will do? Where we can do a variation of it that will hold a bottle of wine. So we have the bottle of wine, the perfect hostess gift for you for this holiday season, and something new and different. I love this pattern. I think it turned out really cute. Okay, guys, we have a lot to cover today, and I want to make sure that I get y'all squared away. We have a giveaway. We got the new Threads magazines in. So this is the past Threads magazine, and this is going to be a present to one of you. Each time we do Facebook Live, we have a giveaway, and the giveaway today is this Threads magazine, and it is going to the person who hits the share button on Facebook, and then they go ahead and in the comments say they shared, and your name will get put into a drawing, and you could be a potential winner of this lovely magazine. So this is the fall issue of Threads. We were actually in this in multiple ways, so this is kind of fun. They do a pattern review in each of the magazines. Well, in their pattern review, they used one of our beautiful coating wools to make a coat. So I'm very proud of that. Plus we do have our advertisement, which is right here, one of them. And then we have another one in here too. So we want people to find our fabrics. And one of the things that we say in this one is that we have unique garment fabric. Well, the cool thing is I'm going to show you some of that today. I have pulled out a lot of beautiful Coca Cosmos fabrics. These are both from Japan. These fabrics are really unique and different, and you won't see them in many places. And we have a lot of Nani Iro fabrics. So I want you to see some of what we carry, and I always try to find you guys a deal. So some of these are exceptionally reasonable prices. So let's go over, take a look. Oh, we can't forget to mention Whitney. So tomorrow, we are having, tomorrow's Sunday. Never happens around here except for something very special like this. So we have Whitney Luckenbill from Tomcat Stitchery. She is going to be here from 1 to 4 to talk about wonderful sewing gifts, simple gifts for the holidays. She is going to be here from 1 to 4. We will be here. Oh, by the way, if you come, you are going to get 20% off any of regular price fabrics. So that's going to be really fun. So she's going to talk about patterns and fabrics and what will work. And this is obviously a private event. You need to go to her website to buy tickets. I know that's a little inconvenient, but it's just the way it goes. But if you, for some reason, go to our events page instead, you can click on her link. It's very obviously there. So it's just Tomcat Stitchery, TOMKAT Stitchery.com. Go to the shop and you'll see the event right there. And the tickets are still available. So there's still some seats left. Don't miss out on this. This is really wonderful. Okay, let's go and talk about Japanese fabrics. Okay, so the first thing I did here was I put a lot of, I'm gonna stay here. Sure. I put a lot of patterns out so that you could see the potential for these particular fabrics. We have a lot of sewing workshop patterns. Sewing workshop patterns tend to be very nicely designed. I really like them. But sometimes if you don't use the right fabrics, they don't quite turn out the way you expect them to. So this Balboa shirt and topper is a great overshirt that you can wear with a tank under it or with another shirt under it. Something like what I'm doing today, where I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt under this vest. That's the kind of thing you could do with these particular shirts. And so there's two variations here, but you really need to get something drapey or lightweight. It works much better and looks much nicer on you if you do that. So that's a pattern that's going to work for the double gauzes that I'm going to be showing you in a minute. They will also work for the lovely cotton lawns that we've got. Very nice. And we have some cotton satins that are just wonderful, and they will have some drape to them, so that'll work. We've got the mimosa top and pants pattern. Now, I won't recommend any of these fabrics for pants, but the top, which is very exotic looking. Again, it's a sleeveless top, and it's kind of very unusual. You want a statement fabric for this top. You can wear it also over top of, especially in the wintertime. You might want to get a very thin turtleneck, or you might want to get a thin top that you can wear long sleeve. You can also put something else under this. It's really a beautiful top, and you can use very nice specialty fabrics for this. So behind here, I've got some really cool, very interesting textured Japanese cottons that I think would be fabulous. So let's start off with those kind of fabrics because these are very special, and I want you to see what we've got here. So for starters, I have a gorgeous Japanese double jacquard weave, and it's very soft, very drapey, and you can use both sides to it. You can see just with me playing with this a little bit, it's really soft and beautiful. It is going to make a gorgeous top. It'll make a beautiful, like a little over jacket if you wanted to do that. That Balboa shirt would really be cute out of this, or the topper, because it's going to be nice and soft. Now let me tell you a little trick about Japanese fabrics. The care for them is typically you can wash them, but you'll want to wash them in cold. You'll probably want to line dry them, but they tend to shrink. So they don't, it's not kind of, there's not like a specific amount they're going to shrink. What I would do is count on a 2 to 3% shrinkage rate at least. Buy yourself just a little bit of extra fabric so that you can account for that. And they tend to shrink in the lengthwise way, so that's really easy to compensate for. So this is one of the beautiful fabrics that I wanted to show you. And then we have these. Now these are really different and unusual. You might say, well, Margaret, that's a pretty traditional Japanese pattern. That's true. But these are like a file, and they have a wonderful little corded weave into them that you can actually feel. It's very subtle, but very, very lovely. Now, this is a more stiff fabric, but that mimosa top, that statement piece that I was showing you about, I think this would be really lovely. And we have it in two different colorways, a gorgeous black with pinks on it, and this kind of interesting brick red. So there's two beautiful colors that you could use. The whites in the black seem to be a little bit more, well, I don't know, maybe they're identical, but it seems like this one's a little more of an off-white, and this is a little brighter white. I want to show you a couple of other patterns that would look really, really good for this. How about a Liberty shirt or a Frankie shirt? Again, these are both by Sewing Workshop. We carry all these patterns and all these fabrics. These are really lovely. This is a nice shirt pattern. It's very, a Frankie shirt I really like a lot. It's got such interesting pieces and parts to it. Very cool. These are a little bit more structured if you use this fabric. but I have some other fabrics that are a little softer, so I'm going to keep these aside so that you can see them. Also, the Sewing Workshop's London Workshop pattern would be very beautiful out of this. Can you imagine going to a holiday party in this gorgeous fabric? Now, almost all of these have the ability for you to do something like perhaps you think that maybe this is a little bit much for you. You wouldn't want this all over as a top. Well, what you could certainly do is you could use it on collars or cuffs. You could go ahead and just do maybe a strip of the fabric on something, and you could have a very beautiful, very stylish garment out of that. So I wanted to make sure that you saw those. Also, Grainline Studios Hadley top, especially the tank version, that might be a really neat way to use this. If you do this particular one, I've always looked at this and thought it looked more like a jacket than it does a top. If you put it as just finishing off your edges, that middle center seam, just finish them off with a facing, this would be really beautiful, and you could wear that over top of something. And I think jackets in these kind of bright colors, sometimes we're, especially if we're going to a holiday party or something like that, that could be really fun. Okay, over here, we have a couple of gorgeous double gauzes. Now, double gauzes are thin in that they're meant to be a summer weight fabric. Some of us like summer weight fabrics all year long. So please don't hesitate to look at this. Remember, if you see something today and you like it, but you're not sure that it's going to work for the particular project you've got, we can always send you a sample. But this is really beautiful. It has a wonderful little circle weave into it, and it's subtle, and it can make a really pretty top. Think of something maybe like the Santa Rosa top from the, oh goodness, Liesel and Company. This might be really pretty in that. So look at her dress or look at her top. I think you could use this fabric very nicely to do that. But if this tan kind of, tan caramel kind of color is not yours, maybe the navy blue would be. So this is the exact same fabric in navy blue. They're both really beautiful and would work very nicely for that. So there's a couple of ideas for you. You know, I'm always trying to figure out my wardrobe stuff, and sometimes if I pick out some summer things, I might actually, right now, I might actually get them done by summer. So something to think about. Okay, this is a fabric from Coca. It's a beautiful botanical print. You've got this lovely linen looking background, but this is 100% cotton. So this could be a button-down shirt. It could be napkins. It would be really beautiful as napkins. This is a just really lovely, lovely fabric. Really like it. Maybe it's a beautiful bag for you. So there's a bunch of different things that you could do with this. It's really nice. We're going to go ahead and pull out some. Now we're going to get to the Naomi. We've got Nani Iro here. We've got Naomi Ito, and we've got plenty of this for you to look at. These are really, really beautiful. And no, they're not exactly cheap, but they're really amazing fabrics. They're original designs on the fabric. They have some very interesting things going on. For example, you get this beautiful border print. It's signed. It actually has that it's copyrighted for this designer. These fabrics, you know, there is some really beautiful things you can do with something like this. Think about those button-down shirts I showed you, bells and whistles shirt. Oh my gosh, this would be stunning in this fabric. This is a taupe color with a white print on it, and it is so lovely. I really think you'll enjoy it. So, and it's nice and soft. Yes, it will probably shrink a little bit, so make sure you get a tiny bit extra. So, those are some beautiful things to do with that. Then I'm going to come over here to one of the satins. These satins are amazing. This one is from Coca, but I am almost positive. Yes, this is a Nani Iro or Nani Ito. I'm not a Naomi Ito. I'm not sure which, but take a look at the amazing design on this. So on one side, you have this stunning brown strip going through it. This looks like it was all hand painted, by the way. And then we've got this gorgeous writing on the other end. So here you are. This is really beautiful. It's drapey. It's lovely fabric. And you know what? You could do the bottom of a tunic out of this. It would be so lovely. Can you imagine going to a party over the holiday season in a top made out of this? I mean, or a beautiful dress. What about the Farrah dress by Liesl and Company? Look at this pretty dress, and wouldn't that be gorgeous out of it? Now, you have plenty of room to turn that under if you want, but you could also face that if you want to use that as your hem. It's really stunning fabric. The golds are so rich and pretty, and they will work for a lot of skin tones. That brown, if you have autumn tones in your colors, this is so lovely, and it is just a very special fabric. Nobody will have something like this, guys. It is worth it to take the time and the energy to make something beautiful for yourself. You don't do it that often. You're always making stuff for other people. I know you are, because you're like everybody else. So, and okay, maybe you don't do some things for other people, but what I will tell you is that these fabrics are going to make a very special garment for you, and you're really going to enjoy it. So if you have a favorite pattern, maybe one of these will just really knock it out of the park. Okay, is teal your colors? So this particular fabric is a Nani Iro. It has a beautiful, beautiful satin finish to it. It's very lovely. This one is exceptionally reasonable when it comes to these kind of fabrics. This is less than $20 a yard. It is absolutely stunning. Think about this in any of those button-down shirts I just showed you. Wouldn't this look beautiful? How about the flare affair, making maybe a jacket out of it, or a dress, or even this beautiful outfit right here. So if you think that's too much in one outfit, just change the pants to some sort of solid color that you like. That could be really lovely. There's a beautiful charcoal gray in here. That would make a pretty addition for the pants in a garment with this. Very, very lovely. Also, don't forget the Liesl Santa Rosa top. Wouldn't that be pretty out of that fabric? Just really an amazing, amazing fabric. Very standout, very spectacular. So, all right, so let's go ahead and look at a couple more satins, because I have some in some different colorways. So if teal is not your color, how about a gorgeous navy? This is very interesting because it has some blocks of darker color and lighter, and then we have this amazing print on it, which looks like almost like if you've ever done the sun prints where you put leaves on something and you put a resist on the fabric, and then you end up getting the fabric doesn't dye in those areas. That's what this looks like. It is signed by Naomi. It has their typical signature that they put on this. It's called Microcosmos. It shows that it was made in Japan, and that it is a Naomi Ito. Also, it is from the textile company Nani Iro. Shows all of that right there on this. So that's pretty fabulous. This one, again, we were able to get a really good deal on it. Again, it's under $20 a yard. It is a 45-inch wide fabric, so this beautiful blue is going to look amazing. So then we have that same similar kind of print done in this gorgeous brown cocoa color. So really beautiful. Very, very lovely. So I don't know which one I'm going to use yet, but I'm making myself something. I have not had time. It's been really busy and I have not had time, but we also have a black version with brown on it, and it is simply mind-blowingly beautiful. Look how gorgeous that is. And I love the fact that the base color there, these browns in it, it's gonna really work well for someone who wears autumn shades well. It's lovely, lovely. So very, very pretty. So those are the satins that we have. Now the rest of these I'm going to show you. We have some more gauzes. We have some linens. So let's get the gauze taken care of. This is the last two of the gauzes, I believe. Let me see if this one, I think this one's just linen. So yes, this is just a linen. We'll get to the linen in a second. The linens are really fabulous, but these are gauzes. So this one is kind of a wonderful rich brown green color. Now it's on the thin side, so whatever you make with this, you're gonna want to make sure that you're aware that it's gonna be a more summer weight fabric, but it's not sheer. It's very, very beautiful. Colors are going to be great on someone with maybe a little bit more of an olivey skin tone to them. Very pretty. The print is very interesting and nice, not real huge. Most people can wear this size pattern, so that's not going to be an issue. Now here, this one's really interesting. I've actually got a piece of this and I'm debating on what to do with it. I think what I'm going to do is the vest that I've got on, I copied this, and I think I'm going to try making it again using this fabric. So I've already got it washed. It did not shrink very much, so I was really pleased with that. But you can see it's somewhat sheer. So I'm trying to pull apart the two layers and I was having a difficult time. So see, it is sheer. It would be, frankly, a stunning piece. Maybe a tunic top that you would wear over top of another piece. Very beautiful. It has a nice drape to it. So the colors are a little bit of brown in it. It's got a gray black kind of touch to it. It's very, I know, I just think it's lovely. The brown's going through right here every once in a while. It's a very pretty. So don't fall. Okay. So now I only have a few canvases and I thought I could find more of them and I didn't. So I'm going to show you this one. This is really pretty. I think I showed this to you guys when it came in. It's been here for a little bit, but beautiful indigo navy blue. Very, very beautiful. So reminds me of traditional looking Japanese indigo. Very, very lovely. So, and this one again is not a bad price. This is a coca fabric, is spelled Kokka, and again, it's under $20 a yard. Very lovely stuff. And we have actually a couple of really cool fabrics. These are real traditionally looking Japanese fabrics except for the colors. I don't really think of teal as being or an aqua as being a typical Japanese color, but this has a crepe texture. It's a polyester. You cannot wrinkle this. You just cannot wrinkle it. It's amazing. And all of us probably have someone in our lives that would look lovely in these beautiful pastel shades. So it's a really pretty fabric. And as I said, it's really interesting in that it's not going to wrinkle. It would be really cute for a little girl's dress, I think. Then we have that same kind of material, but we have it in a pink stripe with wonderful daisies and roses on it. Again, look at the drape. It's just absolutely amazing. Somebody's going to do something really cool and beautiful out of this. Very beautiful. So it could be a dress, a top. It could be a pair of pants, frankly. I can't imagine that they wouldn't be very comfortable. And none of that fabric is see-through, so you can pull that off. It could be one of those wide leg pants that are really fun. So that would be a really neat way to treat that. Okay, so we have some cotton lawns right here. A lovely black background with lots of little flowers on it. The button-up shirts we've been showing you today are all going to be amazing out of this. It's really cute. We also have this really cute Geneva blouse pattern that I have not made yet, and I am going to. It's super cute. I am really very fond of this. And you know what I like best about this pattern? No buttons and plackets on the sleeves. So I'm definitely going to make some things out of that. It's super cute. So we have the black version, and then we have this beautiful blue and white. This is definitely navy with some a little bit lighter blue in it. White flowers over it. Very elegant looking, I think. Very nice piece of fabric. Great summer top, guys. Remember what I said. If you plan it now, you might actually get it done. Okay, linens and linens. Oh my goodness. So this is an unusual color of teal and quite a beautiful color of teal. This one, I'm just going to tell you, we have sold a bunch off of it. So if you have not purchased some and you're thinking about it, this will be a great motivator for you. There's not much left here. It is a Naomi Ito. It is somewhat sheer, so you have to be thinking about that and how you're going to use it. It is very elegant. My goodness, a beautiful top out of this. Then you wear a little tank under it. You're going to look like $1 million. I'm just telling you. Nobody else is going to have anything like it. And it's so pretty. And the great thing about this fabric is that you are going to be able to wear it all seasons of the year because you can wear it with something maybe like the top I'm wearing under here or just a very simple tank, and it's going to look amazing. We've got that same print in a beautiful orange. If orange is your color, this one is fabulous. Very, very beautiful. Reads very spring and summer to me. I think very, very lovely. So we are going to finish up with one more color version, which is this fabulous raspberry pink. How beautiful is this? Now, what's really funny is that I'm almost positive this is a different fiber content. If those other two were linens, I believe this one's a cotton. So this one does not have the sheer quality. Like I said, it's a cotton instead. And so it's going to be, again, your favorite shirt because it's going to feel amazing. Very, very pretty. Go back to our last linen. And this is probably I'm just going to tell you, I think it's my favorite out of all of them. I love this particular fabric. It's a linen. It has that little bit of sheer quality again that I was talking about, but boy is it elegant. Think about a nice, maybe a Nehru collar jacket out of it, maybe just a wonderful button-down shirt, maybe some sort of, go back to the flare affair from CT Patterns. Wouldn't that be amazing in this fabric? It would be really beautiful. So we've got all of those. And then the last three fabrics I've got, these particular fabrics are, I believe, a cotton with a satin stripe going through them. Or at least this one has a satin stripe going through it. Now this is a off-white. It is a tiny bit sheer, guys. Be paying attention to that. Look at the beautiful gold and white on that. It's really quite lovely, but you can see shadows under it. So you'll want to pay attention to that. You're going to wear, but think about something like maybe this wonderful bells and whistles shirt from Sewing Workshop and then wearing a tank under it. How elegant is that going to look? Look at those great sleeves, and making it out of something like this, that would be a perfect top for the holiday season, or maybe just because you want to look amazing. Are you going on any trips this year? Have you thought about the clothes you're going to make for your trip? I had one lovely customer who was making a very special trip to Italy. And it was so fun to have her come in here and pick out several pieces so that she could make herself some very special clothes for that trip to Italy. Now, look at this. This one is actually cotton, and it has the most amazing geometric print on it. It is not sheer like that last one. It doesn't show, see my hands under this, you can't see anything from there. So it's very pretty, but it is thin. So you're gonna wanna make sure that whatever you're making is going to be appropriate with this weight of fabric. It is great for a shirt. It might make a dress with a lot of drape to it. You know, something that gathers up would be maybe very lovely out of it. Very pretty stuff. And then we have a black on black stripe. This is very similar, but what I want to point out on this fabric, it's also signed. It's very lovely. I'm trying to figure out, everything wants to be very stuck together today. There we go. So, it is not sheer in any way. Well, wait a minute. Now, I'm putting some light behind that, and I am seeing Dave. So, I fibbed. But, very pretty. Make that button-up shirt, make a tank, make a tunic, but make sure that you are wearing something under it, or maybe just do a self-lining on it, because it's certainly thin enough you could do that. It's very lovely. So we've got some beautiful drape to it. It's very nice fabric. Again, this is a, let's see, a Naomi Ito. So very beautiful. It is such a classic, but it looks like it's been painted. So what happens with this, and I don't know if Dave's catching it, but there's a variation in it all over. So it's much more interesting than just a solid. So here you have a fabulous selection of really elegant and beautiful fabrics. And what I would suggest to you is that you want to go ahead and be careful about the pattern you take and select. Don't forget, we have a class called garment fitting, and that is a perfect place for you to fine-tune your patterns and make sure that they're going to fit you. If you're going to spend the money to get elegant fabrics like these, very nice fabrics like these, you want to make sure that whatever you're making actually fits well. So we've got 2 of those scheduled for the rest of the year. One is on Monday. We still have spaces if you want to do that. What happens with our garment fitting class is that we go ahead and we do a, you get to make mock-ups of whatever you're thinking about and bring them in. You fit, try them on. We fit you, we correct the pattern for you. You do not have to do it, we correct it. And then you go home and you have a pattern that actually works. It's really quite fun. So we have another one in November. We have this one tomorrow, or I mean on Monday. So if you're thinking about doing it, you have any questions, you can always call us. There's lots of new classes that are coming up. Don't just look today and think that you've seen everything for the rest of the year. That's not true. There'll be more classes added. I hope that you guys have a wonderful Saturday. It's kind of a little looking like it might rain, but they say it's not going to rain till 9 o'clock tonight, so I think we're going to be okay. Everybody have a fantastic Saturday, and we'll see you next week for Facebook Live on Friday.